Welcome back to the Team to Beat Miami Heat podcast, your one-stop shop for daily Miami Heat and NBA content. My name is Amir. Got Trent back on the channel. Before we get started on the episode, just make sure to go to Trent's channel, the Miami Heat Network. He's pushing to 6,000 subs. So go to his channel and subscribe. How are you doing today, Trent?
Man, I'm doing great, man. This NBA season has been, NBA off season has been amazing. We're like 2 to 3 days in, Amir, and we got like 3 big trades already. So looking forward to tomorrow.
Yeah, there's definitely going to be more movement today. There typically is before the draft, because if people want to include draft capital from this upcoming draft, they have to make moves before the draft. And there's also like day of draft, trades that could possibly happen. We'll see. But there has been some movement. Obviously, Drew Holiday got traded. Jordan Poole got traded from McCollum. Obviously, Desmond Bane got traded a couple weeks ago. So the Miami Heat missed out on Kevin Durant. Now we're on to plan B, which could be DeMar DeRozan, could be Lauri Markkanen, or a bunch of other guys that we've been connected to for a while now. But there was a report that came out today saying the Miami Heat are actively shopping Andrew Wiggins, which I'm hoping that means we could get a trade possibly today before the draft, because they said the goal is to most likely trade Andrew Wiggins plus the 20th pick of this year's draft to get some extra players on this team. We need to make a change. It's going to be running it back all over again, but without Jimmy. We're going to be running it back with Duncan, Terry, Wiggins, Bam, Tyler. It's not good enough. Pat Riley, Spo, Bam all said we need to make some changes. We haven't seen a change yet. So will that happen today? So who are some players would you be willing to trade Andrew Wiggins to? Like, what have you heard? Like, is there any rumors of where we could trade him to, or like any interest from other teams?
So the problem with that, Amir, is that the Lakers called Miami to see what they're looking for. But Amir, the Lakers have nothing to offer us. They're not giving us LeBron, and they're not giving us Luka. AR is unrealistic because AR and Tyler just won't work out. So that just leaves Rui, Vanderbilt, and a pick. That's in 2031. We're in 2025. No. So, and I don't even think the salaries would work. So I just don't think
Andrew Wiggins makes too much. Yeah.
Exactly. So the Lakers called, a team I wouldn't mind, the Spurs. How would you feel about Devin Vassell and Keldon Johnson? Like, something around there, salaries can work, but or Harrison Barnes and Keldon Johnson. What do you think about that?
I mean, Harrison Barnes to me is like Andrew Wiggins. I mean, he's a former Warrior. They're similar type players. He's older, I think, right? But I don't know what his contract looks like. I'd rather have a Keldon Johnson or a Vassell. I'd rather have another guard on this team versus Harrison Barnes.
I asked that because Barnes has to be thrown in there for salary purposes, but what we're getting is a young guard in Vassell or Johnson. That's what I'm looking for. You know what I mean? I'm just trying to think of trades on top of my head because there's no team that really wants Wiggins unless they're going to do Wiggins for Kuminga. But why would Warriors want Wiggins back?
They wouldn't give us Kuminga anyway. Why?
Yeah. So it's tough. And this is the tough part about it. What I think is going to happen and what I don't want to happen, Wiggins is going for DeMar. I really believe it.
You think so? I mean, I honestly wouldn't be upset for that because they both have 2 years, even though Wiggins has a player option. It seems like he didn't want to be on the Miami Heat, and it seems like he would have probably not picked up his player option after the season anyway, right? And tested free agency. But I mean, DeMar only has 2 years and it's at $50 million total. That's not that bad when we're possibly going to give Tyler Hero a 3-year or 4-year extension where Tyler's making $50 to $52 million a year. DeMar still averaged 23 points per game at age 34. I saw a video or an interview of him. I don't know if it was recently, but he said he's never drank alcohol in his life. This guy's I want to play as long as I humanly can. So he's healthy. He's had a pretty good career in terms of not having major injuries, right? Like a Kawhi or a Paul George or those types of guys. who've missed full seasons. So I wouldn't mind having Demar, but it's still like putting on a band-aid on this wound, and it's like on a gunshot. Like what? Like we're still screwed. Like it'll help us compete, but to what? Get the 6th seed at best, maybe the 5th seed if everything goes right. So do I want that? Not really, but I wouldn't get mad. But what are your thoughts on this? I tweeted this recently though.
Hold
So
up. One sec,
go ahead.
Mayor. One sec. And I'll answer that question. What do you think of DeMar and Wiggins together with Tyler and Bam, with Ware and Davion Mitchell? I know it's kind of funky, but what do you think about that?
I'd prefer that. I'd prefer to trade Terry Rozier for DeMar DeRozan because you're adding someone who is he's 34, so he's not athletic like he used to when he was high flyer dunking on folks. But still, DeMar DeRozan, you're adding a talented player, and you're getting a guy who could score. Wiggins can score. He's not consistent like he was before, but he can get you 16 points per game, right? DeMar would probably get you somewhere around like 19, 20 points per game also. And then hopefully Bam gets you 18. Tyler gets you like 23. Like just having more guys who can score and just it gives us better depth. It's just better players on this roster than we've had in the past, which with Jimmy Butler, he took Gabe Vincent and Max Strus and Caleb Martin, all these undrafted dudes to the NBA Finals. Like now we're actually adding like real basketball players on the team. Andrew Wiggins is a good player. He's not elite, but he's a good player. DeMar DeRozan's still a good player. So I wouldn't mind having that, like just having good basketball players on this team. So, but anyway, I have this thought though. Since the Wizards are trying to get as much cap space as possible for next year, even though no one wants to go to the freaking Washington Wizards, who gives a shit if they have cap space? Luka's going to probably resign. Jason Tatum's probably going to resign for these giant max deals. Anthony Edwards is probably going to resign, or if they trade him, they're going to trade him somewhere else, right? So I don't know why they're doing this, but they have a lot of expiring contracts they could theoretically trade. So if they wanted to add in Wiggins for some reason, what are your thoughts on getting Kelly Olynyk back, who's on a $13 million expiring? He's 34, but still, that gives us a third big. That gives us Bam, Ware, and Kelly, who could spread the floor as a 7-footer, and Marcus Smart. If you add those two salaries, that's close to what Wiggins is making. Marcus Smart, 32, kind of has been injury prone since he left the Celtics, but he's a point of attack defender that we can have. He's like a Davion Mitchell, an older version of that. So, like, what do you think about that? Because that gives us a point guard, that gives us another big.
A fan. Not a fan at all.
Of either or just in general?
I'm just I want Kelly Olynyk back, but the thing is, I want Kelly Olynyk back on a buyout. Bring him to the team on a buyout. See what I'm saying? And then bring in Marcus Smart for a Terry Rozier swap. Because then that's the case. We keep Wiggins. We get both of those two players.
Then we're actually now we're building a solid all-around team around Bam and Tyler. We didn't get the star in KD, but now we have depth, which we didn't have, right? Like we had guys like Jovic always hurt and somewhat like in and out of the rotation. Jaime unplayable. You're adding guys that are actually playable, right? I like that. That's a great point.
Hear me out. Terry's on it expiring this year or next year?
This year. He has 27 million this year.
See, the Wizards are taking expiring contracts. If the Heat want Smart, they can get Smart right now. They're taking. They literally just took C.J. McCollum. They have Chris Middleton and C.J. McCollum on their roster because they're expiring deals. They're going to be gone next year. So if Kelly Olynyk gets bought out, please come to Miami, be our backup center, space out the floor. I'll take it. He's a 40% shooter last year.
Veteran minimum, $2 million. Could you imagine? He's making 13 this year.
I don't think he would take it. I think he want more, but you know what I mean. Then you keep Wiggins, you bring in Marcus Smart, and then we kind of go with the team that we have. Then we still have the 20th pick, Amir, right? So if we have the 20th pick, and this has to happen soon, so this can't just happen like, in a couple of days. It could, but it can't. But if the Kings want to pick in the first round, if we trade the Kings the 20th pick, which has been thrown around a lot, maybe we can get Malik Monk. Maybe we can get Devin Carter. Then we're talking. I won't be mad at my core because now you have depth pieces. You got a lot of depth pieces. They're talking about Walter Clayton Jr. At the 20th pick, which I just got a report now that he's most likely coming to Miami. Like literally, it's keep getting reported. It's popping up on my phone. He's coming to Miami, meaning Miami's probably not gonna trade the pick. But Why are we so excited about Walter Clayton Jr. when Spo don't play young people?
And he doesn't play good defense, apparently. That's his knock.
Exactly.
So if you can't play defense, Nico didn't play for his first year because he couldn't play defense. He was a freaking twig and getting killed in the post, right? If you can't play defense, he's not going to trust you. So why add him with Tyler Hero and have another a backcourt that gets hunted like all day long? Even though he does fit a need though. He could be like our Jordan Clarkson kind of guy, right? Who could be a microwave scorer, but Spo's not going to play him. He's not going to start him. You think he's going to start him over Davion? There's no chance, right?
He does fit a need, Amir, but I at this point, I honestly, I'm over draft picks. Is it just me or are you over draft picks?
Like their worth.
Yeah, the picks that we get drafted are you like okay? Because like we're getting we're getting like 12 to 20. I'm kind of over that. Like we're taking, so we're not going to get a top 10 pick. We're not going to get a top 8 pick, a top 4 pick. We're not taking. So 12 to 20, I'm just kind of over. Can we just move these picks now?
We should. I mean, like it's so rare to get a player that's actually going to be a star. Like even Khalil Ware, us assuming after his good rookie season that he's going to become a star, like it's hard. Like it's not far fetched, but it's like there's no guarantees. We're playing the hope game that he becomes even good, right? And he was the 15th pick. We're hoping that he becomes like a Bam. It's very rare what Tyler and Bam did at 13 and 14. Like it happens. Like Devin Booker was like 12, Paul George was like 13. Like there's other players, Shea, like, SGA was number 11. Like it happens, but it doesn't happen that often. Like even guys who are in the top 10 in that lottery, like also don't pan out, right? Like, so like to your point, like trade those for better pieces. If we're not going to tank, if we're going to try to always compete and contend and get butts in the seats, to your point, I'd rather get like two-way players, athletic players, defensive minded players that are on decent contracts for those picks. Like a Bruce Brown type of guy, like a Finney Smith. I want like Cam Johnson. I want those types of players instead of those picks.
Mind you, Amir, hear me out. The Miami Heat had the position, and we broke this down. You broke it down perfectly months ago. The Miami wanted to get to the playoffs. Remember this. Remember this, right? Miami wanted to get into the playoffs because they never want to tank. Now, you brought up a good point. Well, if Tyler and Bam gets hurt, we're screwed for next year. Okay. But think about this now, Amir. We would have had 2 firsts, correct?
Yep.
We had 2 first-round picks.
Theoretically, we could have got the first pick. It doesn't always work out that way, but we would have had at least the 12th pick. At least the 12th pick if we didn't make the playoffs. Like, that's probably what we would have got.
Yeah. So, maybe we draft, maybe we don't. But now we have leverage. Remember, the Suns took the 10th pick from Houston, right? They took the 10th pick. I'm not saying we beat Houston's thing, whatever, but more teams will be intrigued in Miami to call them. You have a lottery pick. We don't have a lottery pick. We have the 20th pick.
Yep.
So there's the difference.
Yep.
So then we had 2 picks that we could have possibly flipped, or Amir, you could trade 1 pick and draft 1 pick. Yep. You could do that too. So if you wanted to draft Walter Clayton at the 20th pick, okay, whatever. But then if you wanted to trade the 12th pick and give me a DeMar DeRozan, okay, Malik Monk. But now we're stuck with 1 pick. We're going to take a Walter Clayton, which, did you hear that they just picked up Drew Smith's contract?
Was that Drew or Kashad?
They picked up Kashad's, but they extended Drew so like a team can offer him money and the Miami Heat could match it. But Amir, what team is offering Drew Smith money?
It's coming off an Achilles too, like and ACL the year before. That's our boy, by the way. Like, but obviously, yeah, like he's people don't even know who Niko Jovic is in the NBA, right? Like no one, unfortunately knows our boy Drew, unless you're a Miami Heat fan, right?
Yeah,
like,
no one knows. So that's the thing. I can have Drew back, but now having Drew back, Walter Clayton, Drew Smith, Davion, Terry Rozier. That's 4 guards because Terry Rozier is not guaranteed to be traded. He's not.
Do we play Terry Rozier if he doesn't get traded? Or do we actually say you're sitting out and Davion's getting those minutes? And I mean, a little bit, sure. But like, do you play Davion and Drew?
No, I think You give Terry another chance. If he is bad like he did last year,
shut him out immediately,
yeah.
up his value. So you're
Yeah.
saying like up to the trade value, or someone's going to take it because he's going to be an expiring at the
trade deadline.
At the trade deadline, you know what I mean? If he's actually playing good, maybe we can get a better piece.
Yeah.
For him,
dude. Amir, at this point, I'll take a second round pick. I swear, I would just take it. You know why I take a second round pick?
Two second round picks.
You know why? Because KD got traded for 5 second rounders. If we can start building up our second round picks, we can start shipping them off for some players.
Sweeteners.
You know?
Yep.
Like Jordan Clarkson, Colin Sexton, you're telling me they won't go for some seconds? They will.
We'll trade like one pick, a couple players, and some seconds for those guys. One of those guys, I do it, you know.
But definitely. So listen, what I want to tell you guys is, please support Amir's channel, Team to Beat Miami Heat. Drops great content. He's gonna be obviously dropping content throughout the summer. There's gonna be a lot of content. The draft is tomorrow, so I'm sure he's gonna be making a lot of videos for that. Any trades that happen, go check him out for sure. And support everybody. Support Martell. Support my channel. And I'm super excited for this off season. See what Miami does. Hopefully, it's not quiet. Hopefully, even though it's already bad for us, you know,
it already is bad start
already. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Once again, continue to keep liking, sharing, subscribing, commenting, all that good stuff. You know, get Amir to 3K, get me to 6K, and I'm sure we'll be dropping more content very, very soon with Martell being here in the picture.
Yes. Before we close, is there a freaking world where we don't do anything except for the 20th pick? Is there a world where we miss out on everybody? We miss out on Demar. We miss out on Smart. We miss out on adding anybody. Like, is there any change like that we're gonna make? Like, is there a chance, or do you think we'll actually like move a couple pieces? Like, it might not be like a big move, but like, do you think there'll be something?
Duncan, listen, let's talk. I should have brought this up earlier. They have to decide on Duncan Robinson
by July something, whatever.
Yes.
Waive him or keep him. If we keep him, then we owe him $19 million.
Yes.
But then he's expiring, so we could trade him also. Him and Terry are both expiring.
So that's where it gets interesting. Now, can we miss everybody? Yes. Do they make a move? Yes. Is it a move we might like? Probably not.
Alec Burks all over again. We sound like another guy like Alec Burks, basically.
And it's going to get worse if a team offers Mitchell $15 million. Because if he's getting offered $15 million, I don't know if the Heat offer that. I don't know if they match it. I just don't know.
And we're screwed. Because then we're stuck with Terry and Drew, who's coming off an Achilles, and we're done. That's all we have. Then you might have to get Walter fucking Clayton Jr. then.
So it's going to get interesting. There will be moves. Big moves, I don't know. But
Dwayne Dedmon moves? Dwayne Thomas Bryant moves?
Cody Zeller moves?
Dude. Cody Zeller moves?
Listen, come on. Like I said, have your notifications on. Because if the Heat are going to make a trade, like Amir said earlier, it's either going to be today or before 8 o'clock Eastern time before the draft. If people want that 20th pick, if the Kings want that 20th pick, they're talking now. They're not talking the day of the draft. You have to have those conversations ongoing now. You can continue into the draft before the draft, but if you start the conversations at the draft time, we all know it's probably not going to work out because they're going to be going back and forth and then time's going to expire. You just can't do that. So keep your notifications on. If anything happens, we'll notify y'all.
Sounds good, man. Thanks for hopping on. Appreciate the time. Again, like Trent said, don't forget to subscribe to both of our channels. So Team to Beat Miami Heat and then Trent's at the Miami Heat Network. Again, we're going to hop on all throughout this long summer. We have a whole lot of off season until the NBA starts in October. And we'll see, because the Miami Heat could theoretically also make that decision if they're going to extend Tyler or not this off season. They have until October something, I forgot the exact date, to extend him for that 3-year $150. If they don't extend him this offseason, then next offseason, he's eligible for a 4-year, $200 million extension. So there should be some sort of internal movement or external movement. We'll see. We'll keep you posted. And we're going to have more guests on the podcast, obviously, as well throughout the summer. So thanks again for watching. And again, don't forget to subscribe to our channels.